Hey you guys, Douglas Brooks again from Sugar Bowl Ski Academy, top of Donner Pass. We have way too much snow, but we're not complaining. I want to introduce you to two of our great athletes here, Sugar Bowl athletes, Scott Cooper, Danielle Scott. We're going to run a little triplex. We're going to hammer the legs, put a little recovery in between. These guys are going to start off right now hitting this hitting this plank power squat. So it's a bilateral movement. And we're working on ankle, knee, hip flexion, which is both important to our alpine skier, Scott, also important to our Nordic skier, Danielle, in terms of ankle, knee, hip flexion. So we're working range of motion, mobility. Even for recreational skiers, snowboarders, Nordic skiers, this is a great mobility exercise. Starts to develop length, strength, and control in the ankle, knee, hip, and core stability. Now they've added a new element to this, obviously power. So that's going to drive heart rate. It's going to get eccentric loading, control and stability, and starting to integrate the body from head to toe. So they're set up really square with this, and they're really working on deceleration, body control, and precise landing. They're going to finish this out with a few more reps, and then we're going to move on to, in a sense, nice work you guys, a little bit of a recovery set. But not really recovery because they're going to be working. And we're going to do this elevated pull through, and we're going to add what we call a runner to it. So we're going to shorten up our TRX, and we're going to grab just a little bit extra. We're going to actually lengthen that down, aren't we guys, for about calf height. So that close, Scotty? You guys got it? And then our last exercise, we'll shorten those up. Okay, so we're good to go. So go ahead and set up, and let's set your heels. And this is the elevated pull-through that many of you are familiar with, but we're going to add an element to that running, and we're going to add a stabilization element. So as soon as you guys are ready, let's go ahead and set up, and we're going to push through, extend the hips, pull back through, dig deep, drive in the crunch, push back, set, and then add those runners, and work on that stabilization. Notice no lateral side movement. And go ahead and hit your own rhythm. Count them out, and then go ahead and hit that push through, pull through, crunch, reset, and then add your runners. So there's good dynamic shoulder flexibility going on, low back core stability, and there's simultaneous core stability going on, anterior, posterior. Really push those hips up, you guys. Keep them lifted nice. Good work. Breathing through it. And one more time. Push it through, pull and crunch. And set your base position, add those runners and stabilization. Finish that out strong, and we'll move on. Good shoulder position, keep those shoulders pressed down, core stability, and again, a good head-to-toe integration. So go ahead and wind it out, you guys, and we're going to go into our single leg squat progression. So I'm going to set you up, Scotty, with some instability as well. And why don't you guys shorten up those TRXs. We're going to add the Bosu balance trainer into this. And just to prep it, we're going to start with a little bilateral grounded squat movement, and we'll move that quickly to power, and then we'll move into our single leg options as well. Okay, so you guys are good. Why don't you set up and get your position, Scott? When you're ready, Danielle, you move back. Same exercise without the instability. So go ahead and start with your bilateral squats. You got it? Notice the good depth. Ankle, knee, hip flexion. These guys are moving down and up with their legs, not folding over at the waist. That's critical for sport. Good eye vision, down the slope, down the hill, looking at their opponent. When you're ready, add the power. Once you add the reps into this and you add this combination, obviously a lot of good fatigue. Pay real close attention to the ankle, knee, hip alignment, the core stability, the accuracy of each footprint replication. Every time they land the same thing. Let's go one more, let's stick it. And when you guys are ready, set up single leg. So center up on your anchor point so you don't get too much torque. And when you're ready, go ahead and take that down to a good depth. Excellent. Good and reach it out, press down. Really focus on this ankle, knee, hip alignment. This is so beautiful right there. Not letting that knee turn in or out, not too much tibial torsion. And when you guys are ready, we're going to up the ante with no recovery. Add power to the movement. Concentrate on the landing and precise landing each time. Only rule, you don't add the power and do another rep till you have control of your body. Last 2 reps and ease out. So you guys, that was great. Obviously you work both sides of the legs, but this whole little series that we start with in terms of that power squat, moving into the pull-through crunch, runner stabilize, and then ending up with this single leg squat progression. Pretty much hammers the legs. Keep these guys sharp during the season, but doesn't add too much overtraining in, as they're also trying to develop their skills on snow. Danielle, thanks so much. Scotty, as always. Sugar Bowl Ski Academy, loving it. Thank you, TRX.